passed by where Spencer Cornelia was. So on your left, you got Sharks. You got an old grammar school over there. I think that is that Roosevelt Grammar School? I don't know that. I don't remember the name, but they rebuilt that grammar school. I want to say it's Roosevelt. Um, so now I'm going still down 142nd here. You got your gas station on the right, some older houses on the left. Um, a little trucking company on the left over here. And y'all know it's early, so you can tell I'm trying to get, you see the sun. I'm trying to get to work, y'all, but I wanted to make sure I stopped over here and get a tour. You got tourist subs over here on your left. No, okay, that's what I want to talk about. So this is the Piscateers. Oh, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. This is if you guys know anything about this, let me know. So this is the Piscateers Lake. I remember this lake is right here, and I think it's members only. I don't think anybody's allowed to go on that lake. It's not like you can go for a swim. I think you have to be a member over there, and it's owned separately, even though it's in Dalton, and it's a beautiful lake. I haven't been there, but I had to do a training out by there. Like we had to do a CPR training years ago, and we still couldn't get in. Okay, I don't know if the diver people was able to get in on the other side, but we were basically on the stoop of this lake right here just for the CPR training, and then they sent us over to South Suburban College, but we were supposed to meet there, and we got shut down. They were like, no, no, no. So if you know anything about this lake over here, it's actually an article about it. I don't know if things have changed, but I'm trying to be as delicate as I can. You're not allowed to go fishing over there. You not allowed to go. It's fenced off. You're not allowed. It's a club only, and this is in Dalton. I'm gonna try to read a little bit of this article. In 1998, they tried to reclaim the lake. Let me see if I can read this. Let me see. I don't know if this might have to be paid to read this, but that's over there on the lake. So it's a beautiful fishing hole. It's a beautiful place where you could swim or do whatever you want to do. I ain't at Lake Calumet. I ain't getting in that water. But I found that very, very interesting that you're not allowed as a community at that time. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but you're not allowed to go over there. Okay. So it says since 1944. Let me see if I can share this right here. Okay. So let's go ahead and share this. I'm just trying to give y'all a little Dalton history from my old Dalton night. Let's go up here. Okay, since 1944, glistening Piscateers Lake in South Suburban Dalton has been the exclusive fishing hole of a private social club with the same name. Though there is a woman auxiliary, Piscateer Inc. is a men's club with memberships passed down from father to son, uncle to nephew, father-in-law to son-in-law, and buddy to pal. You have to know someone to get in there. Now, I don't know if this is still true, but I would love to know if this is still the date. And for 54 years, the membership has been consistently and unapologetically all white. Blacks' failed attempts to gain access to the club largely have been muted over the years. But now a lawsuit filed by the Village of Dolton challenges not only the club's exclusionary practice, but also the right to use the land and lake it occupies. Piscateer Inc. has been leasing the lake from the village for $1,200 a year until 1994, when the village sold the waterway to the club for only $160,000, guys. In June, let me tell you, Mayor Shaw used to be hot about this lake back in the day. In June, the village, led by Mayor William Bill Shaw, filed a lawsuit to reclaim the lake, contending the sale was invalid due to an insufficient number of votes by trustees to approve the sale. Shaw, who was elected in 1997, said he wants to see the lake return to its rightful owners, the residents of Dalton, which has no other fishing lake open to the public. Besides, he said the existence of an all-white fishing club in the village that has 80% black is absurd. In this day and age, to keep the club all white and not allow blacks is terrible. Now, this article is from 1998. Like I said, I wonder if this is still true to this day. But a lot of us who've seen the lake, it was off limits. Okay. The suit has yet to be assigned to a hearing date, says village attorney Everett McCleary, but it already has caused some tempers to flare. Piscateers Inc. President Dave Luke of Dalton denied the club bars minorities. We're not out to hurt anybody, Luke said. We're just here to keep what we have. Formed by families and close friends, an applicant must be sponsored by at least 2 active members to join. There's a self-imposed limit of 150 active members, and there's a waiting list. The clubhouse, which includes a bar, sits next to the lake, bordered by 142nd and Langley and Cottage Grove Avenue. The village ordered the Piscateers to vacate the premises by July 31st, but members ignored the warning. It belongs to us, said Luke, whose grandfather was a member. You figure if something has been in your family for many, many years, why would you want to give that up? In June of 1994, the village board, minus then Mayor Donald Hart, voted 4-1 with one abstention in favor of selling the lake to the Piscateers. But the suit contends that the village statute required 3/4 of the boards, 6 council members, and the mayor, or a total of 6 votes, to approve the sale of the village-owned property. Trustee Bert Herzog, man, what happened to him? He used to run for mayor a lot back in the day. Bert Herzog, who was the mayor pro tem in June of 1994, said the board was advised by the village council that was the 4-1 vote was valid. Even with the case's obvious racial undercurrent, some legal experts believe the law may favor the club, saying that the board's failure to gain the required number of votes is the village's problem, not the Piscateers. Richard Epstein, who teaches property law at the University of Chicago, said as long as the Piscateers can prove they acted in good faith, then tough noogies. If the club wasn't aware of irregularities, then they have a strong argument that they can rely on the apparent authority of the village. Okay, so y'all, that's a lot. So they sold it. Let me see if Herzog is a member. It said Herzog said he would like to see the club retain the property despite his negative experience with the club in the past. He became the first and only Jewish member in 1976, but withdrew less than 2 years later after being subjected to ethnic remarks, he said. I was hearing a lot of old jokes over and over again, and the comfort factor just did not work for me. Okay, so Bert Herzog was a member, and then he got rid of his membership. Wow. So that was 1998 article. You don't see a whole lot of articles on this situation, but I